Hello, this is what I'm going to be walking you through today in this video. I started out with a completely different palette. It's the same colors, but it was based on moss and bark, and it just wasn't working for me. I think that this video is a great example of pushing through when things are not happening. It was a bit of a struggle bus, honestly. And I ended up changing the palette and things started clicking for me when I changed those colors. So it's a longer video than I usually do, but these took a little longer. I had to take a break actually and come back to them the next day. Sometimes I take a break and put paintings away for like a month and come back to them because my eyes need to get away. I need some rest time, or I'll put them up. Right now I have like paintings kind of all over. I'm working on this tree series, so my paintings are everywhere and I'm walking by them and kind of reevaluating if they're done, if they need more. This is where I paint, where I do my videos. Right now my daughter's painting for doing a project. We have a bed that we're giving away, right? The place it's pretty cluttered and messy. I share this spot with my husband, who also has his stuff all over. And sometimes you just have to like let it go and grab a paintbrush and get to work painting instead of cleaning. I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, these are my inspiration from my woods walk. I want to do some abstract landscapes, and the first thing I do is I choose a palette. So I picked up some lichen and moss and bark, and out of these colors I started to create a palette. So I have Naples yellow deep, and I wanted to mix that with different blues to see what I would get. I mixed it with indanthrine blue, cobalt blue, Payne's gray, and cobalt teal. I ended up liking the cobalt teal mixture the best, and then I wanted to desaturate it using its complement. So I picked a quinacridone violet that has a very cool bias, and I mixed it with the green, and that's the color I got. And then I added white to make it lighter, and I'm digging that. I feel like it's pretty close to these colors. And then I mixed it with Pyrrole Red, which has a much warmer color bias than the violet. And that is, it really graded, which I do like that too, but I think I like these better. And then I brought in some burnt umber for the kind of bark color, for a dark color. And burnt umber kind of has a green undertone, so I think it'll be really pretty within this palette. And I'm going to try to make some abstract landscapes, sticking to a very simple palette of cobalt teal, Naples yellow, burnt umber, quinacridone just to desaturate, and titanium white. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna do two paintings at once. These are the little masonite or MDF panels that I buy at the local art store. They're pretty inexpensive, and they have the little thing on the back to hang. And I put 2 or 3 coats of gesso on top of them before I get started. Okay, I just have some wax paper. I didn't have any palette paper here, so I grabbed some wax paper out of the kitchen, and that's what I'm using. This is the green. This is one green I'm making. And then let's do a green right next to it. Same color. Oh, I kind of like that though. I have kind of like, this is a little bluer. It's nice to make kind of different subtle shades. I want to desaturate one of these greens by adding that quinacridone, and you can, quinacridone violet, and you can see what happens. Okay. That is definitely my most yellow. Most yellow green I have here, so I'm going to add a little more blue to it. So when I'm mixing, I'm basically just smushing. I think of it like frosting a cake. I'm going to take a little bit of this green, not a ton, but a little bit, and this red, sorry. And let's see what happens. See how it kind of, it grays it down a little bit. Yeah, I like that. I might do it to this guy too. I feel like it makes it a little more natural. And you don't need a lot. Just a little. Makes a difference. Okay, let's pop these over here. I have an old credit card, and I'm going to just put this I feel like that could be fun, having it underneath things. My studio is at home, so I am fast forwarding through this little part here where my family is yelling in the background. We'll skip that. Sometimes I didn't put enough paint on my palette, and then I'll try to use up all the other colors. But really, I need to put more paint down, and don't get stingy. When acrylic painting, you need to use paint. But everybody wants to, well, not everybody, but I see a ton of my students do it. They don't want to make more color. Just use what you have. Sometimes there's this point in your painting where it just isn't working, and you just keep going, keep adding more paints, trying new things, and this is the stage I'm at right now. I just keep trying, and I'm waiting for something to spark, to connect. Okay, these guys have dried, and I don't particularly like them, but that's kind of nice because if I like them already, I could be in big trouble. I'm gonna try this color and just see what I get. I made this color and I liked it when I made it, and then when I applied it onto the canvas, I was like, uh-oh. But I kept going, thinking that maybe it would show underneath at some point and I'd really like it. But it kind of was going along with this theme where there wasn't a lot of magic happening for me particularly, but I kept trying new things. All right, I feel like I got a bit of a hot mess here, and that's okay. I always think it's good if you feel that way. I mean, not great if you feel that way towards the end. But okay if you feel that way now. I had a color over here that I made that I don't love. Let's see what happens if I bring this guy in. This changed for me when I put this color on, this dark. I thought, oh, I actually do like this. Like, I'm not in love with it, but it changed it enough that I started to connect a little bit more with the painting. And then it kind of goes south again. But at least I got to be like, all right, I can change this, right? I have power to change it. I'm going to speed this part up a little bit. I am on the struggle bus right now in this painting. I'm pushing through, but I really don't like it right now. I'm not crazy about the colors, and every time I try to lay down a new color, I don't like it. So this is, part of trusting the process and just keep going and see where it leads you, because it could change at any minute. You can see I'm adding some light blue here because I'm trying to figure out while I'm working what's not working for me. So maybe, at this point I'm thinking, well, maybe it's the color. So I'm going to come in, whenever I am struggling, I'll come in with a really light color or a really dark color. And that is exactly what I did. I came in with that really dark color. That it did something, but it wasn't quite giving me what I wanted. So now I'm trying something very light to see what happens. I will say that I love working with this credit card. I'm having so much fun just painting with this and utilizing it in a bunch of different ways. And that's bringing me a ton of joy. It's also creating a lot of texture and a lot of layers that I can build upon. So even if I don't like this painting, I have a lot to work with and a lot of texture. Okay, I'm going to take a break from this. I don't love it, which is fine. I need to get my face away from it so I can figure out what I don't like about it. Right now I'm just too close. So sometimes you have to take a step back, let it settle. Maybe I'll get back to it this afternoon or tomorrow, but I'm just going to let it sit. Okay, I feel like this is a great example of when things don't work out. I don't like this screen, which is a problem. I mean, it's not that I don't like that green. I don't like it within this palette. This palette is not making me happy at all. So I am going to reevaluate because I don't really like much of this at all. What I do like, I actually kind of like the composition and where that's headed, but I don't like the colors. So I'm gonna start over with another color palette and figure that out. Okay, I got some I'm actually using the same exact palette, just I made different colors with it. Okay, I made a lot of paint and I need to make a lot more because I didn't make enough. So this is gonna dry a little bit. I do want to bring in a little bit of this, see how it looks. I don't totally like that lavender. Okay. Now, I do like this yellow. I think maybe the sun's poking through on that side. I feel like I'm onto something. I don't love it, but I feel like I'm onto something, so I gotta take it away. Okay, here they are, this little series. I've been doing a ton of woods walks, and these are definitely the woods, and I love these. I want to build on this even more. Where am I going to take it? I don't know. I'm going to settle with these for a little bit and see if I might want to add anything extra. These were all made using a credit card. I put tape over it so my information wasn't on the internet. A palette knife that's kind of crappy, so it's like it's bent, but I like it. And a brush, very little brush. There was a little brushing happening in the sky. That's about it. But I would say 90% of this painting was made using just a credit card and acrylic paint. So it has a ton of texture. You can see that. I used some gloss medium, but they have a lot of texture in them, which is very representative of the woods. And a very simple palette. Those 3 colors plus white. Thanks for watching.